by the west entrance to Safeway. He's got two homeless people with him that, I don't know, it looks like he's interacting with. Oh no. What are the chances that he's selling drugs? I don't fucking know. I'm not over there. First of all, and second of all, it ain't my goddamn business. Third, take a look at how many drug addicts come up to me and talk to me in the average day. Is it because they want me to give them drugs? No. They're already well aware they're not going to get any goddamn drugs out of me. So why do they bug me? For everything else. It doesn't bug me that people ask for blankets. They're fucking freezing. It doesn't bug me that people ask for jackets. It's fucking freezing. Now, I walked right past Wolnez. The first time, I didn't see him there until I was walking past. And although I did lock eyes with him, well, I wasn't there for any sort of challenge or any sort of bullying or any sort of bullshit. He didn't say anything to me. He didn't touch me. He was not rude or disrespectful. He minded his own goddamn business, which was nice. I was told he's not allowed back on the property. But you know what? Whether he's allowed on the property or not, it's not my property. So I have to mind my P's and Q's. Looks like the two people he was conversing with are riding off with him, so that makes it a bit safer for me to go in. See, I went into Safeway, and he was outside. And when I came out, I forgot that he was there. Saw him again. The second time, he didn't start any shit, didn't talk any shit, didn't swing at me. That's a good start. It's a far cry from repenting, but it's a good start. By the way, I don't speak of repenting the way Christians do. It's different for me. Especially different from evangelical Christians. If I fuck up, I'll admit I fucked up. Matter of fact, I'll admit it immediately. Because that's what it takes to move forward and to make progress. When you say move forward, you're not giving advice, you're talking out your ass. Because what does that entail? Y'all don't answer that question. You need help. Oh, I'm well aware. Back on a chain gang. Let me show you one of the coolest tools I got, I guess, while we're here. $36-piece stamp set, letters and numbers. I believe the W and the M are the same stamp die, but I'm not certain. Let me see. I got these in Nebraska. That was a long time ago. I'd planned on using those for stamping pieces of metal, since that's what they're made for. Now, situations like the situation with Wolnez, over a month of bullshit from that guy. At least today there was no violence. There was no yelling, no screaming. But it's not going to stay like that. Did it stay like that? No, it didn't. There's always another predator. Always. Always somebody who thinks that because they're bigger than you are, because they're healthier than you are, because they're younger than you are, that it's okay to do these things. Well, I say it's not. It's not okay for Chris Stafford to throw apples through my window. It's not okay for Wolnez to assault me. It also sure as hell is not okay for him to get away with it. Now he can admit what he did, which is what he should do. Now, there's over 200 cops been involved in this bullshit altogether. Now, why is it that none of those goddamn cops would look at evidence? Well, at the very beginning, they wanted to claim that it wasn't their job. They wanted to commit felonies because they didn't want to do their jobs. It didn't start off as felonies, it started off as misdemeanors. It became felonies as soon as I had to turn those son of a bitches in. Obviously, I'm not out to hurt people, but there's a lot of people that have been out to hurt me. And I have let them all live, which is a lot kinder than I should have been, according to nearly every one of my friends. I can't really call them friends if all they're gonna do is talk about killing people all the goddamn time. Saying things like, oh, if it was me, I'd have put a 45 between their eyes. Well, that doesn't help me. Or, you know, Sean, you should have just killed the son of a bitch. Well, that doesn't help me either. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. How about get off your ass? How about if you're a friend, be an actual friend? Don't be a Brandon Ratner. That's disgusting. That is not a friend. Don't be a Veronica Randall. That's disgusting. That's not a friend. Don't be a Kayla Trujillo. Because that's disgusting. That's not a friend. When your friends are constantly fucking lying to you, they're not friends. When they're telling you things that they're not telling anyone else, they're fucking playing you. God bless America and all that bullshit. Meanwhile, the most Christ-like people that I have met in my lifetime are all atheists. Every single Christian I know that I tried to think it was a good Christian used their religion as an excuse to ignore harm against men. Men in specific. People like Brenda Dickinson. We had a youth group when I first moved to Chapel. There was about 8 of us, all in various states of disarray and fucked up from abuse at our own homes. Brenda Dickinson helped out the girls. She also sold us pot. Yes, we were underage, and yes, we were buying pot from Brenda Dickinson and her husband, Dennis Dickinson. When I was about 16, there was a child molester named Doug Cowden. Randy Ingersoll's perpetrator. He was my boss. He was living at my mom's house, 890 First Street, Chapel, Nebraska. And my mom went out to try to recover my money that Doug Cowden had stolen. Well, him and my older brother both had a hand in that. My mom went out to get my money back, or to talk to Doug at least about what had happened to my money. And she come back with her hair fucked up, her shirt buttoned up crooked. We got into an argument over her cocaine habit. She still had some hanging out of her fucking nose. Oh. So she kicked me out of the house, and then she told the cops that I was a runaway because I didn't want to wash the dishes. There are very few activities in life that are more relaxing than washing dishes. Very few. I could wash dishes all day. I could clean all day long, too. Not a big fan of filthy, you know? Just saying. Anyway, I'm gonna go in and get something for breakfast. I don't know what I'm gonna get yet. We'll see if there's anything warmed up. Usually not till 11. It's only 8:02, so we'll see what they got. Obviously, I'm not out for violence, or I'd have had some this morning. Obviously, I ain't out to hurt people, or it happened. I mean, pretty easy. Was that what I was after? No. If I was out to hurt Wolnez, he'd be hurting right now. If I'd have been out to hurt him at any point in time, he would be hurting right now. But I'm not going to stop trying to turn him in for the repeated assaults. He needs to have actual real-world goddamn consequences. Instead of making my life a living hell. Well, I was going to set everything up to use the bathroom in here, but I think I can make it into the building. So I'm going to do it that way. Just because I got other errands to run today and I can't spend all day at Safeway. fucking snot. Let's talk about icebreakers. It's one thing to say you're sorry at the very beginning, or to say, I trust you, or I believe you. But at that point, you have to fulfill the obligations of such and said, well, opinions at that point. When a male is victimized, he doesn't get treated like he's somebody who's been victimized. If he's good looking or he has money, well shit, it's a different story. But out here on the streets, no. We're not people to you. We're your scapegoats. Your black sheep. Ah, hell. Let's go to opinions. The opinion of someone talking to other someones in town that are non-drug addicts. Well, it usually results in people getting treated like they must be addicts because they talk to them. Which is why I record all of my interactions to the best of my ability. Oh. Right there is where Wolnez was. And there's the entrance. Morning. You would have that mode coat, would you? There you go. You wouldn't have the bathroom code, would you?
I don't think I grabbed it today, but the self-checkout clerk should have it written down over there.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Too much fun.
Well, he lets his kids run outside, bare naked.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, gone.
Yeah, it's not too controlled.
Well, and he's also, because I've gone out there at 4 o'clock in the morning to do my rabbits, and he's out there yowling. I can hear him in his apartment, yowling.
So some people manage some their kids, you know.
Yeah. Don't show violence.
I know. Breaks your heart.
Yeah. Especially the one that's running out bare naked is autistic.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
You don't yell at autistic kids.
I don't hold the child in mind.
No.
As a child who was autistic and now am still an autistic adult, I can honestly say that running around naked is our thing. That's probably the biggest complaint that I got out of my mom and my dad. Why wouldn't you just keep clothes on? But I'm not low functioning, so I guess there's that. I'm sorry I didn't come and get my refill earlier. I had to exit the building the next phone call. No, I only ever do it on camera. Unfortunately, everything's camera these days. You know, though, as soon as the lights go out, the sun goes down, I stick my head under a blanket in my car and breathe in dryer lint. I'm so full of it.
Morning, Dad.
Y'all really should get paid extra for that. Having to make so many trips over here just for little old me.
There you are.
Miss Kim.
Lots of good systems.
Always when you get started on something, I'm mean.
Probably gonna have to miss our I will talk to her Tuesday, but I may have to stop. Hi, great to see you today.
I'm about to go get my mail. He's allowed on the property is kind of not my business. For me, it's more a account of just not liking people put their nasty cock beaters on me. So I'm not going to go narking on him to the staff here every time he comes on the property. It's not my business. But if he puts his cock beaters on me, I might come whine at you again.
I think he's fine to go across it, but if he lingers, that's when it's a problem.
Yeah. He was over right on the other side of these things here, looking like a drug dealer this morning. But I got to give him leniency because, I mean, if you don't watch my channel, you'd think that I was selling drugs. Of course, then when you watch my channel, you're like, oh, that meth head is asking him for a blanket. That meth head is asking him for a cigarette. That fentanyl addict is asking him for everything but drugs. But they keep on offering me drugs.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Cynthia said she'd talk to him and get him to stop, so I'm thankful that she kind of sort of did. Now he just rides his bike real fucking close. Like, yeah, they ain't any better, dude. I try to walk around when I see you. When I saw him this morning, it was on accident because I was walking in the door and I just happened to look up to see who the fuck was standing there.
Oh, jeez.
Then I lingered for probably about 20 minutes longer than I should have, thinking, well, when I go out, he'll probably be gone. I got out. No, he wasn't.
Shit.
But
I've
he
seen him
did.
one night go over to a guy's truck and they both got out and they're doing something. I'm just like, that looks like a fucking drug deal.
Yeah.
The most I did was sell pot in my day, but I still know what one looks like.
Yeah. A lot of times I'll hand people stuff out here, but I always try to do it in front of the staff, and I always try to do it in a situation where people can tell that I'm handing the dude rolling papers.
Yeah.
It's not a crack baggie. It only looks like a crack baggie when you're 50 yards away. Not a beautiful day, though. It's not as fucking cold as it was yesterday.
Right, I was happy about that when I woke up. Did it rain and I'm just like, huh. Like, at least it's not fucking hail. I'm fine with that.
I was surprised at the bouncing rain. That's the only way I can describe it. That was
When it
last
hits
year.
so hard it comes up.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome to watch. See it come up like half a foot, like it's coming down so hard. That's about to go bounce just to get down.
Yeah. Now in Colorado, I used to live in a place called Erie, and in I want to say 1985 or 1986, we had golf ball size hail come flying through our roof.
Jesus.
Yeah. Of course, I've seen bigger ones on TV.
I've always wondered how people's insurance goes with that one. Considering that a lot of insurance companies like to say certain weather is an act of God instead of
Oh, they pay out.
Yeah.
People in Nebraska will go drive, the people with money drive their trucks underneath the viaduct so it doesn't get pelted. But everyone else is like, oh, hell, I'll just not bother to fix it, claim that I did because it's going to hail again next year, and then I'll just reclaim the insurance. Like fucking farmers. And then they bitch that everybody else is freeloading.
Yeah. There's quite a few people out there like that.
Farmers are the worst, though, because they get the most of our subsidies. A lot of them in Nebraska are paid not to produce.
Yeah, because if they did, it would make it so everything's cheaper.
Yep. Or, like, let's say the market drops down per bushel, and it's not cost effective for them to do the whole field. They'll just do one swath around the field, and then they'll call that the yield for the year for that field. And then you get, whatever the yield was supposed to be, or whatever your projected yield was.
Yeah.
And then there's also a lot of people that'll, they'll wait a little bit too long to harvest it because they're hoping that it'll hail or it'll rain because it's just not a good year.
Yeah, they can just claim it as a loss.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Well, on the bright side, I've seen Wolnez 3 times today, and he hasn't put his nasty cock beers on me. Hasn't yelled at me, and hasn't made me taser his dumbass.
Oh, shit.
I thought about telling him, dude, every time that you do that, I've got my taser right on me.
Sometimes finding out the hard way is a better surprise.
I had a few people tell me that he hit me, and a couple of people told me he hit me hard enough that it made a thunk. I'm like, well, I'm lucky I'm autistic. I didn't feel shit. Even if I did, my back wouldn't allow me to give a shit. Not unless he impacted me downwards. If he hit me on top, that would fuck me up. Like, I might go to the ground and not get up for a few minutes.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Or if you punch me square in the center of my back, that'd drop me. I might not get up for a few hours.
Well, fucking spine's a pretty damn sensitive thing, especially if you already have injuries.
It is, and I'm a dumbass. I turtle up and bare my back to him. Like, that's not the smart thing to do. But also, when you watch my videos and you see him swinging at me, the only reason that he's missing me is because I'm spinning when he swings. Good morning.
How's the bakery doing today?
All right. Nobody feels good. There's no early. Yeah.
Right, I was gonna say, I'm starting to feel a tiny bit sick, but
My throat hurts so bad. Like last night, I'm like, oh no. My throat started hurting and it just hurts.
So you guys are down to what, 8 or 9 sick for the day?
I don't know. I don't know how many's in there now, but so it's all right. Are you in there today?
no, I'm doing Thursday.
Good courtesy.
I was supposed to be working in there for a while ago, but they had me scheduled courtesy too, and a day off when I was supposed to be working there.
Oh.
Well, thanks for being courteous.
Yeah.
He's courteous even when he's not getting paid for it.
There you go.
It pays in other ways.
Yeah.
You didn't get anything out of that
Big
pie.
payoff.
Besides your bill. That's enough of a payday too.
It's kind of slow in there today. I mean,
Well, that's good though. Yeah,
like
after
for
Halloween.
mine, from the cake perspective, people aren't buying cake today; they're eating candy.
Yeah, I
I'm like,
could have it for the next couple
yesterday
months.
was the day where it just got slammed,
Right, because we won't have Halloween parties.
and it's hard because I'm like in there covering for Chris, and so I only have half the time for cake, and so yesterday was crazy, busy trying to get it all done. Oh, the deli's like, why don't we have deli bread? I'm like, because I just do the basics. You don't get that until West comes in at 8. Mondays and Tuesdays, you need to remember that. I'm just telling you. I still have to keep up over here. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So,
If they do jelly bread so bad, why doesn't one of their people actually come over and put it in?
it's not baked yet. When it's fresh, I'm like, oh, you ordered it and you'll get it. After Wes gets here at 8, Wes or Ricky will come in at 8, and one of the two of them will bake it for you. They're just not remembering. They're used to getting it early, and I'm like, you can remember, Mondays and Tuesdays, you're not going to have it.
If I tell Malcolm I'm not feeling too good and I want to go home for the day, do you think he'll kick me out of the store?
That's fucking great.
He's wearing a hot pink shirt today. Looks
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Alright. Well, I'll be back in a few minutes, likely to get a banana, and then it's gonna be time enough for me to leave because it'd be 9. If I wasn't such a loser, then I wouldn't be a loser, but I drink away my brain. Do I even... Look at you looking at all prim and proper.
Yeah, right.
Come back.
one next to it is, I want to say for white paper. With our non-dairy whip with the whip on top. These are dead right now. I don't know what flavor they are. I have to check. And then we have a couple more of the 5 inch ones right over here. And I know for sure 2 of these are Sean.
Oh, okay.
Good morning, Sean.
Good morning. You wouldn't have to have the basket code, would you?
It's 13524.
I'll be back at 11 for mac and cheese.
Hopefully we'll have it.
You probably will. Today, I have to be patient.
Hey, Hunter.
Welcome. If you have your popcorn ready. If you have your popcorn, turn it now. $2.99. Your card has been accepted. How many stores?
And get some fresh pot for the month. I usually get $5 worth. I go to the THC dispensary here. They're aware that I throw a lot of it away. They're also real nice to me because they understand the whole fentanyl epidemic here. You can't just get pot off any old street person because you might not get what you're looking for. Let's see, $3.99 I paid $1.99. $5.99 I paid $2.99. $2.99 I paid $1.49. $9.98 I spent $4.98. Yeah, I ended up saving over half. I think it's like 4 or 5 cents, something like that. Less than half the price, but that's because I usually only buy shit on sale. That's how I ended up eating cream mushroom soup for about a year. I got a whole bunch of cream and mushroom soup cans for 10 for $1. Anyway, I don't share my pot, but I also don't smoke other people's pot. Mostly it just sits around in my car until somebody tries to give me free weed, and I go, well, I don't need any, I already have some of my own. Now there are days when my anxiety is through the roof. Smoking pot doesn't usually help. It only helps with social anxiety. Another what's it from Hood River. Crooked as shit. Looks like Desiree Leonard made another profile on Facebook. She makes a lot of those, and then it sends me this shit that says, well, this may be one of your friends. Someone you may know. They have many mutual friends with you. Right? Except those people aren't mutual friends, because they're not friends. Friends don't look the other way while shit like this is happening. That's not what a friend does. But it's a nice suggestion. As far as Andrew Wolnez goes, it will always be the same as it is with Farnsworth. At least. I don't have any hatred for Farnsworth, but I have a healthy fear of him. The last 9 times that I've seen Mr. Farnsworth, he has given me 0 issues. He doesn't stare at me, doesn't yell at me, doesn't gawk at me, doesn't scream at me, doesn't throw shit at me, doesn't swing at me. He's been a gentleman, or damn near to it, since Pun and Tiffany spoke with him. Now, like I've been saying from the start, the problem here isn't the predators. It's the people that we pay to do something about the predators. Wolnez should not still be out and about. He should not have the ability to harm his victims again and again and again and again. And of course, letting it go after that many assaults just gives him this impression that what he did is okay, and it's not. So while I'm glad he's not doing it currently, I still have to turn his ass in, which means I still need help doing that. Good luck, right? Take me to Tillamook Sporting Goods.
Sure, Tillamook Sporting Goods.
Well, that ain't gonna work. I have to back out straight. Rock down to Electric Avenue. I did get some lights. They're not tea lights, they're just Halloween lights. I got them because they were on sale and because I always need lights at camp. It's nice to be able to light the trail when it gets a little bit dark and you gotta move stuff. Ow!
Head east on 4th Street toward Ivy Avenue. In 600 feet, turn left onto Pacific Avenue.
There's one thing I've never hidden, for good reason,
Turn left onto Pacific
my
Avenue.
marijuana consumption. Because I do consume marijuana. Alright, there's lots of shit I never hidden. Felt the need. Never trust an adult who asks you to keep secrets. Now, Chris fucked up last night and way overstepped his bounds. I'm kind enough not to light him on fire, not to blow him up, not to blow up his house. Matter of fact, there's a lot of really powerful suggestions that people had. There's a lot of people who said, you know what? I'd go skin their children and do them to their dogs. Yeah, that one actually came from somebody I know. Gross Nickel Folly. When it come to her predators. Women are allowed to say far worse things than men, and they're allowed to get away with it. See, if I'd typed or said any of the mean shit that Rebecca Gross Nickel Folly wrote and typed, I'd be in prison for a very long time. Like, you don't go threatening to skin people's kids. If those people happen to be pedophiles, I can understand why you would be that angry. Why you would type that shit. That's the thing about Rebecca. I totally understand. I do understand. I don't agree, but I do understand. Now, hopefully Rebecca is safe. I was thinking about making a trip to go try to find her and make sure she's alright. Rock down to Electric Avenue. God, my car is fucking stinky. rougher. One of the guys here, mechanic, told me, you know what? Bring it into the shop. You'll have to take your gas tank off, get all the gas out of it. You'll have to get brand new gas. But lucky for you, it's basically, once they hit gasoline, it acts like sand. It just settles at the bottom. So as long as you keep it topped off, you shouldn't have an issue. Well, it sounds to me like I'm having issues, but it's not topped off. I don't know if that's specific to this car or what. But, all right. Three times this morning, Wolnez has been within 30 feet of me. Twice he's been within 2 feet of me. He wasn't dumb enough to start shit this time, thank goodness. And this video, it's a pot shop. The people who are there, well, they're pretty honest with me. I'm pretty honest with them. But again, it's a pot shop. So, good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind. You're also your sister's keeper, in case you gave a shit.